Welcome everyone to the JungleCast podcast. I am your host Dre Montana with my fellow co-host Lolex. Peaceman will be joining us momentarily. So today we have an amazing guest with us. He is a variety gamer and streamer on Twitch who enjoys spectacular genre of storytelling games, fighting games, racing games, and so many more. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome it's Neem00 to the podcast, man. What's going on with you, my guy?
Hey, how you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. Happy Saturday,
Yeah,
as always.
Saturday.
Happy
Have
Saturday.
it is.
hmm
Although, like I said, it don't feel like a Saturday, but I'm glad it is a Saturday.
To me, it feels like a Saturday because I'm off work, so I take it as a Saturday.
Yeah, same here. I'm off. I'm off work Saturdays as well.
Mm-hmm. Let it be Sunday. I'm already crying because I'm not ready to go back to work.
Mhm.
No. So much enjoy Saturday.
You know
Cool.
what's so crazy about the weekends though? The weekdays take their time. The weekends take their little time.
Mm-hmm.
But when
Mm,
weekends come, it be going on so fast. You can't enjoy your weekends
Exactly.
as much as you
that's
want.
very true.
Just to throw us back
Yes,
at
indeed.
work.
All right, so let's get started. So, Neem,
Yeah.
what how did your username started? Like it's Neem00. How did it all started?
Okay. So, good question. When I first was doing Twitch, I had a previous username. So before that, I discovered like Twitch maybe like say we in 2024, let's say like around 2016, 2015. I worked for YouTubers I used to know, I used to watch back then. I had like an old username. It's called Hydro7446. And the funny name of that one was it came from Club Penguin. And that's how that name started. And I was just like, I kind of still with that. But then when I kind of said to myself, I want to do a Twitch rebrand because obviously that name's not going to be nowhere near marketable. So everyone always calls me Neem as like an alias. So I was like, all right, it's Neem. Boom, simple. But then that name was already taken. So I was like, okay, what else can I do? And I was like, there's another name everybody else calls me, but it's like, let's see, this will probably be even more funnier. So I did it's Nemo, and I just did two zeros just to kind of just to play it off. Just
Oh,
saying it was easier.
okay. You said
So
and the Hydro part that said it came from Club Penguin, the game.
yeah, the Club
Man,
Penguin game. So when I was
I used
in
to
middle
be on
school,
that.
one of the things we used to use for pastime, we used to play Pop Tropica and Club Penguin all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So RNG just said, "Hey, you made a Club Penguin account because you can make free accounts by adding a credit card to it." And the game they gave me was Hydra 746, and I was like, I actually do like water, so I was like, yeah, sure, let's go with that. And it kind of just was like a staple, just on every platform of my Nintendo and my Xbox 360 account from all the time. So I was just like, hey man, take it. I rock with it. But I
I,
still represent that name just low key, but not
I
as
feel you
much
on
as
that
me.
one. Definitely feel you on that
It's an
one.
insider name now.
It also curious about Club Penguin. I literally forgot about that game. It's still
Man, I
continuing or
miss
no?
that.
Nah, shut down.
Oh,
They
shut
did
Yeah,
do
down.
so
like
they shut
a
that
new
down.
version of it, but it was for like mobile only, and that like crashed and burned. So it's dead history. It's horrible.
Damn, I remember them games, man. Them old school classic
Man,
games.
Pop Tropica, I was on that too.
Oh, yep.
I was
Cool man.
I was on that. The old school RuneScape.
Mm.
Wizard 101.
Oh yes.
Damn,
And
that just struck a memory. Oh shit.
and there's so many games that I just can't think of right now. Only those three so far, but yeah.
For me, another one was like favorite is Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, like the website. The games are very
Mm-hmm.
always
Mm-hmm.
flat, and it's very sad how the Cartoon Network website is gone, and it's not like it's kind of just dead now. It's kind of
Mm-hmm.
sad.
It's
All
it.
those games,
Yeah,
so
that is sad. Man, yeah, like back then before gaming PC, we just, just play games on a regular computer, Back when like
yeah.
those games was
Uh-huh.
based on those web-based games, like Mini Clip, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Disney Channel. Um, there's so many websites that was like web-based games, and I used to love them.
They're
Now
gone.
they all
History.
gone. They all gone, man. We getting old out here,
Yeah,
yo.
they stole our childhood. Said fuck everything. Y'all don't need it no more. It's all about what is it, Gen Alpha now? The
Gen
progressive
Z,
generation. Mm-hmm.
whatever they call it now, or was we got a new one. If what's new one is called Alpha, then I must not know about that one.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the current generation we're on. So they
L.
say. I don't see nothing alpha about it because everything's a hellhole right now in the world.
That is true. That is true. That is
Yes,
true.
it is.
But Gen Alpha, I never heard that till today. I heard about
Same.
Gen Z, but
Yeah, Gen Z. I think the current generation of like kids and stuff being born, I think they're referred to as Gen Alpha now.
yeah, there's nothing alpha about these kids
But
nowadays.
I don't see what's alpha about it because they're over here making up their own damn languages. Don't nobody know what they saying, and it's like,
Mm-hmm. Shit crazy. This shit is crazy. So what inspired you to start streaming?
Great question. So my stream experience kind of was like a weird startup. I definitely was inspired through Jeff. We just seen a lot of people that I knew who like similar games because growing up, of course, I definitely grew up with just like the Nintendo household, but definitely like a slice of Xbox. So GameCube, Game Boy, OG Xbox, and then of course converted over to a Wii, which all that still like resonates. Oh, and PS2, of course,
Mm-hmm.
and all that was just like, yeah, I was definitely a big Nintendo kid. Now, once I got my first like big stream console was a 360. I was like, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of games that people don't really be playing like that, dude. 'Cause I feel like the gaming genre got very saturated once we got to the Xbox One and PS4 era. So I kind of was like looking at this and I was like, there's a lot. There are some gems. I will not say there weren't, but like in terms of what people were playing often, though, I was like shooter. Okay, this is like right before the battle royale age came into
Yeah.
a lot of 2K, a lot of Madden, but I was like everything else kind of really wasn't like as embellished until later on. Let's say like during the COVID era, where it was like most of these Nintendo games kind of got more love and more feel for them because I remember when Animal Crossing blew up, everyone was talking about Animal Crossing. And I was kind of like, okay, there's a meta here. And I'm like, But I'm like, I don't like metas. I kind of like playing what I enjoy and like sharing that love of like old treasures with other people because I'm a nostalgic person. So I like doing the vibes, definitely like cracking up in old gems. But I do appreciate the new age games, of course, too. Not gonna trash those away. So I kind of just wanted to represent that in this modern era, just to like say, hey, you remember this? And if so, you have it, you want to play? It's like just really simple about it. Just want
Oh,
to represent.
all right. And of all the consoles that you played, past and present, what is your
Mm-hmm.
what is your favorite console you enjoy playing? That you can put hours
Okay.
in.
Oof. Okay. Right across from me is my Wii with my two platinum GameCube controllers. So I'm looking at that right now, and I'm thinking that might be my easiest answer. So I'm gonna say that one, and I guess you could say GameCube as well too. But if I had to
Mm.
like give up a second runner, give it to the 360 because 360 was good for one thing. Game roster, good game roster,
Mm-hmm.
but OG Xbox games with backwards compatibility. Couldn't do every game, but it did its job though. And I think that's good enough. So
Yeah.
I'll say that.
My favorite console that I put much hours in was probably the GameCube, number one.
Mm-hmm.
PS2, that would be number two. And then the OG Xbox number three, within that order. Like those three consoles right there, those are like the OGs, like the greatest game rosters right there. I don't care what
Legacy.
nobody says. You know what I'm
Ooh,
saying? What about you, Lex?
damn. I gotta think because I'm telling you, it's the way I told y'all I hop to different consoles randomly multiple times a day. I'm all over the damn place.
I
But
mean, we
for
seen you on the
sure,
morning.
from the top of my head, definitely the GameCube, and absolutely the PS2. Like just that timeline of games, top tier.
Mm-hmm.
And then for me, it's a combination of being between the original Xbox and then 360.
Good answer.
I like the 360 too. When you
I did, yeah.
when I
And then I
first
love the original Xbox.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm in love that like between the Xbox, the Xbox franchise, OG, Xbox always gonna come first. And then when the 360 came out, the arcade edition, when you first get it, I love the arcade edition because it has some good games that came with it, plus the demos included.
Hmm.
Like I used to put hours into those games, especially like the whole. I've got I know Freedom. What's the game called again? Freedom. feeding frenzy. We play as like the fish, and then
Oh
you eat like the
yes,
smaller
yes,
fish,
yes,
and they get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yep.
yes.
Yuki, thank you for them cheers. Appreciate them cheers, Yuki. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, those like that's one of my favorite games there. And then there was another game too. It's like a rhythm type game with fireworks. I don't know what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I knew you talking about yes.
Okay, yeah.
You know what's funny? There's a guy on YouTube who's been playing nostalgic Xbox games, right before the Xbox Marketplace was ceased and desist. But he still does it to this day. But I do know the game you're talking about. I just can't think of the name off the rip. But it was on the Xbox 360 Marketplace. It was like back in maybe I'll say '07,
Mm-hmm.
but say '08.
I know the game now. It's Boom Boom Rocket. That's the game. Boom Boom Rocket. That's the
Yes,
Yeah, I
game.
boom
say it
boom
was
rocket.
Rocket, but yeah, I say I remember the last part. Just forgot the first two
Yeah,
words. I
Boom
was
Boom
like,
Rocket.
nothing Rocket, but
Yeah, it's Boom Boom Rocket. Yeah,
Um,
but yeah, those games right there, man. The PS2, oh, the PS2, original Xbox, and the GameCube. I consider those games as like those retro, like a retro system at this point now.
I
At this
do.
point now, it's retro systems.
that peak timeline right there in the
Good.
2000s, late 90s, not like
Good.
that's the time. That was the time to
Mm-hmm.
be alive.
Mm-hmm. Like around like
Mhm.
the early 2000s, early to mid 2000s. Yep.
I
And
need to
then
cop some consoles so bad. You make me want to buy some consoles now, some old retro consoles.
I'm upset because I gotta rebuy a damn GameCube. Like,
I mean, I know where you can go get one on for the good price, but GameStop is doing the GameStop retro thing where they are selling
oh,
consoles and games. Yeah, see, this is like another thing too. No one really knows about this, but they were talking about this say about the ending of August, and I think they're still doing it. Pretty much, GameStop was
mhm.
like selling retro games and consoles from the earliest is the Nintendo Entertainment System all the way to the PS3.
mm-hmm.
So if you definitely want to try to find a console and games, check out GameStop Retro. Now, all GameStops, certain ones. So look on your area and zip code, and boom, there you go.
Okay,
That's how
hold
you do it.
on. You talking like we talking about the classic NES,
Yes,
like
yes,
from
yes,
that?
yes. Like
Ooh,
so,
GameStop. I'm
NES,
about to be on a mission.
SNES, Nintendo 64, Sega
Ooh, got some.
Dreamcast, Sega Genesis, Sega Saturn, Nintendo DS, Game Boy Advance, Color, um, Nintendo GameCube, Xbox OG, 360, PS1, 2, and 3. Yes, yes.
Ooh, I'm about to hunt GameStop
Mm-hmm.
down.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. No
gonna be
one
on a
really knows
mission.
about it because I was like, "What's this GameStop retro business?" And I was like, "I ain't got paid, but I know when I'm about to be like, hey, what y'all got going on?"
Right. We
Because
going up to the headquarters.
I like,
Listen,
y'all got
I
some
need my
mean people.
NES, my Super, my Super Nintendo, my N60. Hand it over.
Yeah, like man, I like because I
Mm-hmm.
saw there was SNES for the highest. This guy was like on the East Coast. I don't know what state he was in though, but I can tell he was in East Coast. SNES cost $100. So,
Oh,
and that was
wow.
Wow.
like pre-owned, but everything works. Good
Yeah, like
condition
great
wise.
condition or
That's
good
crazy.
condition.
And he had like GameCube games, 64 games, and he still bought SNES. And I was like, oh yeah, they wildin'. So I'm like, let me go cop right while things are still cool, because yeah.
Yeah.
And people said
So
GameStop is
definitely,
going out of business. I
yeah,
highly
that is
doubt it.
too. Yeah, that's why.
I mean, see, GameStop. I love going to GameStop. Although people say that, oh, why you still going to GameStop for? Well, because of deals and shit like that. You
Because
can't
it's
Still good games.
GameStop
exactly,
Yeah, and
and I
pro
don't
games are
stop
still good.
gaming.
exactly. And I don't stop gaming. Exactly. Like GameStop got some cool ass deals. Especially I'm a pro member too. You get
Oh shit,
you
yeah.
get $5 off each month.
That's true.
So we saving like say like you buy the pre-order game, right? And you want to just put $5 in just to have them keep a copy for you for release date. You can use that $5 to keep a copy for you, and then you just pay the rest off before or when the game comes out. Sometimes, like I said, also too, um, if you want to trade in certain things, you get like what 10% more in your trading credit as a pro
Yeah,
member.
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes like GameStop has their own deal going on too. Like if you trade in any of your games or your console, you get like what 20% off plus the 10% you get as a pro member. so you get 30% more altogether. So you save money just because of that too. I'm like,
That's true.
and that's why too I love physical copies because physical copies, like I have a PS5 digital, I mean PS5 disc, and I
Yeah.
enjoy playing physical copy games and also digital games too. You get best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about this before in the previous podcast episodes, how like more game, everything gonna become more digital now too. Not only games but movies as well. That's why sometimes you see like if you go to Walmart or Target right now, you probably won't see a lot of physical copies of DVDs and stuff like that. So, because it's like nobody ain't really buying DVDs like that at those
Yeah, and if
retailers.
you do see them in DVDs, they're literally in like a big ass bucket somewhere in the entertainment area of the store for
Yes,
sale for
yeah.
like $5. So it's like,
Times like this makes me appreciate the times we had Blockbuster before they all got shut down. And
yep,
Yeah.
Blockbuster, them VHS tapes, Hollywood Video with the
yeah.
DVDs,
Mm-hmm.
GameFly when we got games coming through the mail, when Netflix used to come in the mail. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Gamefly put me on so much shit. You don't understand. It's oh man, Gamefly was such a big part of my life. So
Mm-hmm.
good, so
Mm-hmm.
good.
Yeah, game.
Uh,
Yeah, game. I think. Yeah, I think GameStop still GameFly is still out still. It's
they
just
are, yeah, they're just not as popular as they used to be. But I'll
yeah.
tell you, any old retro game, you really couldn't get it from them because
Mm-hmm.
somebody was either
Mm-hmm.
hoarding it and paying it off month for month, or they quote unquote lost it and then kept it, and they had to pay it off. So it was like, oh yeah, we don't have a copy of this anymore. I was like, oh
Damn.
yeah, they finessed you, but I would have did the same thing if I had money.
I only use
Understood.
I only used GameFly twice in my life, and it
I
was
used
worth
it.
it. It was worth it. It's just I was not trying to pay per monthly for those things. I'm like,
Yeah, I didn't understand that either because I was younger, but I was like, oh, okay. So it's not free when you keep it for, and they lied. I was like, well, there's always a loophole.
It
It's
was
okay though.
literally just like Netflix, how Netflix used to come in the mail. Like it was the
Or
same system. It was just with games.
mm-hmm. It did.
Netflix, Redbox. Shit, I didn't realize it was that deep. But yes, you're right.
It's very deep. It was very deep. But
Mm-hmm.
what were some of your biggest challenges you faced when starting out streaming?
Mm, okay. So when I started, I actually wasn't supposed to start. Not now.
Mm-hmm.
My plan was to definitely just get a PC and definitely like utilize the PC to definitely do the streaming aspect because I definitely wanted to do it. It was just a matter of didn't really know where to start, and then I kind of wanted to go on that journey by myself to really like figure it out. So when I actually started streaming, I was part of a community on Discord. Should be told, I only use Discord just to kind of like just find time to really game with other Black gamers, honestly, because I had a Switch, E5. So I was like, hey, I try to find some other Black gamers because I don't really use Discord at the time. I didn't start using Discord till last year, actually. So when I joined that community, um, they kind of discard and dispose me for not being part of their Legion. So because of that, they kind of show me the streaming, they help me out, but then discard and disband. I'm not gonna drop names about who and what that was, just out of respect and just being cool with that. So I had to start over again from from the bottom about say January of this year. So I wanted to at least like make an image for myself as an independent to definitely try to find my way around all this and definitely kind of like building a community of like friends, but also like-minded gamers and enthusiasts. So at that point, it was kind of tough just to really just make bonds without having to know someone of a no-no situation. Like, oh, so and so, yeah, let's bring them on. I was like, nah, I just want to make my own bonds, really, just the way I did, just from gaming casually and competitively, playing games and stuff like that. But I wanted to find like-minded people going on forward, and those people who actually did come to support me from that time, from that dark place till now. Which I gotta say thank you to those individuals. They know who they are, and honestly, it kind of gradually took me over to the point of just getting to make new friends along the way who enjoy the same things I like, but also have the same passion just to grow as aspiring streamers. So I think my biggest challenge was just definitely just connection, so I kind of found that like going forward. So
And
very contemplative with that.
do you feel like you being on Discord, joining other Discord servers helps you build better bonds with other content creators or streamers?
It does. Because I know everybody has their spot in their own, like, isolated hole for, like, their platform and for, like, their community. And of course, and Jupiter is like, I don't have that, obviously. I just really just make bonds from just people that game with, talk to wise, and like that's really just where it is. And I think just like kind of learning someone more better because I'm also a person who likes I'm a conversationalist and I'm a vibe person. I can't game with you once and just say, "Oh yeah, you're cool." It's like, nah, I kind of need to like fill the room here because I'm an in person
Mhm.
type of guy, and that's kind of just like where I'm at with things. So I can't really just say like, "Oh yeah, we were shooting up in Call of Duty. Yeah, he's cool." I was like, "No, like
Yeah, get to know the
he
person more.
chill, but I don't know him. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I like Discords.
I like that answer you give. I like that answer you give right there because many people be like, "Yo, I like this dude off of one collaboration." My bro, you don't really know the man like that. Like, I gotta get to know you
Yeah,
more. I gotta feel your energy. One time
Mhm.
don't determine anything. You gotta play with that person multiple times, depending how many times you play with that person to realize that.
Yep, and you gotta play with them both on and off stream because some people like to have a little persona on the camera.
Hmm.
yes, they do, and I've seen that too. And like I said, I'm not gonna drop names, but I have had that happen. I was like, well, I experimented.
Hmm.
Never
Everybody,
again.
everybody, everybody's different online, but when it comes, everybody's different on stream. But when it comes to all stream,
Yeah.
we switch up.
hmm So when it comes to streaming and playing games with other content creators, what are like some of your favorite multiplayer type games to play with, your friends or other gaming communities that you're involved in?
Okay. Um. So I think the most basic answer is obviously Forticus because everybody loves Fortnite, and that's just like the easiest. But I think is I hate Fortnite, and not in the sense of like the game. The game, successful wise, I can't hate the success, but I hate how niche it is. But I love the idea that people love the game, the bond with it, and honestly, I can play Fort off cam, but I'll never do it for stream though. If you say let's play Fort, I'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll play Fort because I'm like, I don't hate this game, but I don't want my content to be relevant around this title. That's just
Yeah.
really where it's at though. But I will love to play and bond with you though. That's okay. That's fine. Dead by Daylight, another one.
Go
I actually enjoy
on.
Dead by Daylight because I do love horror, so I'm actually okay with that game. But it's really thrills, but it's still Minecraft is also another one too because cross-platform, which I
hmm
recently discovered that about say maybe a year back. So that shocked me because Minecraft was one of my love language games growing up when I got my 360. So definitely a big game changer for me. Mm, Tekken was definitely another one I definitely say I bonded with in recent terms. But I really can say any fighting game it kind of just works. For me, Ultimate vs. Capcom 3 was like a starter, but Tekken it kind of
hmm
became like more of a trendy title. So I was like, it works. And Mario Kart, simple.
Hmm.
Can't never go wrong with that. Mario Kart's probably like the most safest option where competition does not get drastically toxic. It's kind of like
Yeah.
a safe haven. It's good because every other game, I get scared. I'll be like, but everybody has a Switch though. That's the only problem. As much as I love the game, not a lot of people I know have Switches, and it sucks. So it's like every other game I name is like at least easier to play with. So yeah.
Mm. All right. Okay. So, what does a typical day looks like for you as a streamer?
As a streamer. Okay. So, how I like to look at things as streaming, I like to focus on things that I haven't been, most likely. If anything I haven't been, I shouldn't have previously. I like to really try to knock that out of the park to say, hey, I did this, I didn't. No matter of like how the game did more so less successful wise or not. So it's just more so like, hey, I completed it. And plus, it's a personal game for me. But how I like to definitely base my schedules is based off of things that I'm interested in, games that I've been like waiting. Like for recently, this week has really been Marvel vs. Capcom Fight Collection and Dead Rising. So I grew up like definitely on Capcom, and definitely I love Marvel. So it was like, yeah, this got to be done. It's back to back to back. So we got to do this now. It's done. But I also like definitely like make my schedules and my games record recommendations based off of like things and like timelines and threads. Like for instance, like next month it's gonna be all spooky horror, which I'm gonna be down for, but also gonna be all Sparking Zero and Sonic. 'Cause out of that, I'm like Sonic Generation's coming out, Sparking Zero's happening. I'm like, listen, when these two games come out, don't talk to me about doing anything else. We will do streaming horror games. That's fine. I will do it. But these two games, don't talk to me. Don't hit me up. Don't breathe on me. We'll play something off cam, but on stream, nah, I'm locked in. I'm sorry. Respectfully, I'm locked.
Now I definitely feel you on that one because next month is a whole bunch of
Mhm.
games that my pocket's gonna be hurting. I'll tell you that right now.
My pocket's already hurt right now thinking about it.
Because I already pre-ordered the Ultimate Edition for Dragon Ball
I'm
Sparking
pre-ordered.
Zero. I already pre-ordered it 2 months ahead of time, and normally I don't do that. I normally pre-order games 2 weeks before the release date. But this one, I did it 2 months before the release date. So I'm like, damn, Dre, you really must have loved Dragon Ball. Cause I love the Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi series franchise. Any other Dragon Ball Z game, I don't really fuck with or I don't give a fuck about. But yeah, the Budokai Tenkaichi series, I love it. I was a monster at it, especially in middle school. I used to go to my school library. They used to have tournaments for Dragon Ball Z. Man, let me tell you now. I used to whoop everybody's ass on there. They will not touch me. They could not touch me. They could not touch me at all. And then I think like it was a $25 gift card for GameStop if you win the tournament, which I always do. You used to be scared. Yo, people used to be scared to play me.
I bet they was. You was whipping their asses so much. Yeah, I bet they was. I would too. I don't want the smoke either.
I use Team Gohan a lot too. I use Team Gohan a lot.
Everyone said this, man. He's cracked. So nah, man. See, he cheated. That's what happened. That's how he did it. He cheated.
I mean, low key.
And
low key. He's stronger than Goku. He's stronger than his own dad. At that
oh
time.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Half Saiyan. Half Saiyan is stronger. We know this.
Yeah,
it's in the Lord.
If Gohan took his training seriously, he would have been better.
I mean, technically, well, we don't know where they're at actually in power wise. I was gonna reference the manga, but I'm like, that fight never finished out, so can't say much. But he could be better. That's true.
All right,
especially if he had God power. Damn right, devious. But
yeah.
Now next month you can catch me with that Mario Party Jamboree and that Sonic Generations. Listen,
Jamboree is coming out too. Yes.
We finna be on that.
Yeah, so that's like 20 players, right? Is that what?
Yeah.
One mode is on that on
one mode.
Yeah, they have one mode that has like a 20-person thing or whatever. But the biggest reason I'm even getting it is because they're bringing back my favorite map from Mario Party 2, which is my favorite Mario Party game of all time on the N64, Western Land. Because why did they not bring it for Superstars? They had me tight with that.
I mean,
they knew.
You know, Nintendo is like they like money, like to But also with Jamboree, I thought Jamboree was going to be an expansion, not an entirely new game. But I'm like,
yeah,
you know what? It's Nintendo. Why am I questioning this? But they're doing it smart. Can't hate
That's
it.
True.
But Jamboree, yeah, so that's on my wish list.
Yeah. As soon as I seen Western Land, I'm like, up. Shut up and take my money.
what day is that releasing though? That's a question. When?
I would say like around like the end of next month, around that end of next month, I believe.
Is it before Sonic or is it like?
I think it's after Sonic.
Okay.
Wait, let me check.
Because I know if you pre-order both of those Sparking Zero and Sonic, you get 3 days early access. So I just need to know that one.
It said the 17th.
Oh, 17th.
Damn, the week before. Damn, that's too much stuff. Damn, that's 3 weeks.
But that Sonic and Shadow Generation, my boy Shadow, they put him in there. I said, that one too.
Yeah, I definitely
that's 3 weeks. That's 3 weeks of content.
I could actually pre-order that game right after this too, because I got some money in my wallet in the PlayStation wallet. I could actually pre-order that game if I want to. But yeah, that too, and then you have the Silent Hill 2 remake. I never played the original Silent Hill 2. I would probably buy Silent Hill 2 the remake because, like I said, next month's October is like the horror month type thing. And I do want to play some type of horror games next month. I mean, I do have some horror games too. I have Outlaw. I mean, I have the Outlast Trials,
Oh yeah.
Phasmophobia, Panicore. One of the games, Lethal Company. So there's a lot of horror games I have on my PC, but I definitely want to play Silent Hill 2 remake.
I'm a little scared about Silent Hill too because it's not because who knows the history about Silent Hill? Who knows the history about it?
I don't. I just enjoyed
I
it.
say I don't know it by heart. I know bits and pieces of it.
Yeah.
So in terms of like development history, so pretty much Konami lost the original copy of Silent Hill 1,
Mm,
2, and 3. They lost it. They were the type of company that did not save their games in their database. So
mhm,
when they lost all their properties, they lost all their properties, meaning the entire whole game, the original structure, they lost it. So they had to do everything by scratch
mhm,
from the time they re-released it. Again, let's say this is PS3 era. They did like a Silent Hill collection, which I rather play to be fair, because if the Silent Hill remake is not that good, which the God it is, there's a remake collection that has Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3. It's a PS3 collection, only on PS3 only. But of course, you really can't buy it because the whole Silent Hill
Mm-hmm.
situation is kind of like a little weird. So if you can find a
mhm,
physical copy of it, I recommend copying that. It's a good one. Or emulate and play the original one because that's where you can play it too. Because the remake is definitely kind of done by hand, piece to piece, which makes me a little bit weary for like voice acting sake, for gameplay wise, and to respect the original. But I don't want to be a negative Nancy, but I hope it does good for horror sakes and also for legacy sakes.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it does good.
And with some of the remake games that have been coming out for the past couple of years now, I never see them like messed up on a remake game, on a game that was a remake. They don't miss.
Mm,
I c-
you ever seen a bad one?
I can't think of one game that was a remake that went bad. Never. Not that
I
I
think the only
not
one
that I know of.
I think this is one I can say right now. I think Sonic Colors Ultimate was probably the bad one. I think I'm going to say that and I'm going to stand on
But see,
business.
but that's a
That's one.
remaster though. I don't really call that a remake. That's a
That's true.
remaster. Because
You mean like a remake?
remaster and remake and remakes are two different things.
That's true.
Because remaster, you just like enhancing everything. Remake means that you start everything again, and then building it back up. Just keeping the same story,
mhm,
keeping the same story, and you might change some gameplays every now and then. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people
That's
get,
true.
and that's what people get confused at. Because remake and remaster are two different things. Like the game you was playing, Dead Rising, it's a remaster. They just enhanced
Yeah.
everything. They enhanced everything, and modify the gameplay a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
And then remake, like for example, Resident Evil 2 the remake. They use a whole new engine. You know, they modified the gameplay. They kept the same story as always. You know,
mhm.
and that's about it. But yeah, it's just remake and remasters are two different things. I mean,
Can we
yeah,
say RE3 remake was like a weird one? Can we say that? It's like a weird remake? Because that was like reception wise, it performed in sales, but it didn't like, was like, it was like that weird remake. People liked it, but they didn't like love it as much as the original. Can we
Yeah, I'll
say that?
say it's not that one. Yeah, the original.
Yeah. See.
I even feel the same way with the other remakes of the Resident Evil games. Like I just like the OG ones. That's just where
What
I'm at
about
with a lot of it.
RE4?
Not saying that the remakes are terrible, but it's like some of the changes stuff. It was like, they could have kept that out, or
mm-hmm,
like we like stuff to kind of be the same,
mm-hmm.
maybe with slightly different mechanics, maybe better controls on some aspects, but
That it. Yeah.
Exactly.
I feel like the best one is the RE4 remake as of this now standing. They definitely did
yeah.
change a lot, but it's definitely was still kept the same, especially with the whole Ada Wong expansion. I was like, okay, you kind of did keep everything the same. You just kind of just did an interesting retelling of it. That's probably like the best one I can say right there.
Mm.
Good,
Agreed.
Like
good
all
hit. No,
like although the original story is still there, they might just tweak it a little bit. They'll just
no,
tweak it a
I
little bit.
agree. I think my only gripe with some remakes these days, voice acting. Voice acting definitely it needs to be good. or at least authentic. Because I
Mm-hmm.
was playing Dead Rising Deluxe yesterday, and I gotta say, oof. But I'm only starting out. But it's like a oof because man who's played the game, you understand. They already changed Frank West's voice, and I'm already like, Frankie don't sound like him right now.
Yeah, it's
That's
like this ain't
weird.
the Frank I remember growing up.
Yeah, they
And I'm
changed.
like,
'Cause I think the original voice actor they didn't bring back the original voice actor for Dead Rising, the original Dead Rising.
nah, they didn't. And I don't know why that is. I'll have to read up on it. I know the Ada Vari 4 remake. It was like Ada Wong does not sound sexy, and people got a little weird about that because she sounded more masculine. I was like, I don't really see this as a problem, but I know the reason they didn't bring that voice actor in was because she was an overseas worker, so they did not want to bring her
Mm.
over for the time
Mm-hmm.
for the remake project because everything else was already like beat for beat, cool as everything else. I don't really have an issue with Ada Wong with that issue, but I know for OG fans, RE4 like changed the gaming industry big time. So I understand why that's like a big like conception right there. But with Dead Rising, it kind of definitely made me feel like, but I like what you're doing, but these voices, come on, I need more
It's like
deliverance. It's not
it's
working.
not quite there.
Yeah,
Nah, because Brad sounds like Unc, and I'm like, you're not supposed to sound like
I
Unc.
was there for that yesterday.
Yo, because I'm like, he looked like Unc, and he looked like he should be in Snowfall, and it's killing me on the inside. I'm like, oh
No, that
my
was
god.
funny.
yeah.
That's cool though. It's cool though.
So
Let
let's
us see.
see.
Welcome, pizza.
Hey, welcome.
I was waiting for the right time to
Yep.
greet you.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt.
That's all good. How you been though, Pizza?
Man, I've been busy, man.
Busy? How so? If you don't mind me asking, of course.
So I'm trying to pledge. So I've been busy with that.
Mm.
Then school, well, not school, then work. I'm like, bruh.
Mm.
So
Oh, you say school ain't working
it
for
is
you?
what it is. Fuck school.
Damn. Okay then.
I
We'll
mean, not
just
wrong.
we'll just leave it at that. We just leave it at that,
I
man.
was just there. I was just there to get the refund.
Oh, all right
I
then.
was going to get the
Uh,
reef wild.
I mean, some people do that shit. You'd be surprised. Like I said, I went to
Okay.
I went to college too, and some people just went there for the refund and got the fuck out.
No, I know many people
Yeah, I
that did that too.
mean, I did a semester, passed my semester, but
Yeah, some
don't
people
need
did a
my check.
semester. Yeah, some people did a semester or two, and then got their check and just dipped the fuck out.
Yeah,
Mm,
man, I got a good reason. I'm trying to buy a house, so my reason's
that's
valid.
Oh, all right,
yeah, my
man.
man have to go back to school though. I have to go back.
Man,
So
I'm done with school, bro. I'm done with school. I don't want to go back.
the only way I'm doing school is because I'm working in it. Other than that,
Yeah, I'm done.
nope.
mm-hmm.
I did my 4.5 years in college, and I'm like, I'm good on that.
I gotta go back for master stuff, so I can't stop. Unfortunately, it sucks.
Damn. Well, hope you get a
Eventually,
master's though.
though. Eventually, but not now though.
I feel you on that one. Let me see. So, how do you engage with your audience and build a community?
Okay, so based on the previous question, I definitely said a conversation. Conversation is like the best way to kind of just like gauge out people and definitely gaming with them as best as possible. Usually and whenever I'm free, because I at least try to keep myself well rounded. But in times where I'm like definitely doing community games and such like that, even when I am or I'm not streaming, I like to at least play games with other people just to kind of like keep myself involved with the community. So it's like, hey, I am here. You don't have to just catch me when I am live because I feel like that's kind of sucks because it's like, yeah, I'm not available just when this camera's on. It's like, no, I am outside. Just I got a life too. Just gotta like, if you hit me up or I'll hit you up. You do boom. There you go. We got it. Otherwise, that's kind of my best way I like to do it. And definitely just keeping like a regular and casual conversation. If we got to that level of like, yeah, we can just talk because that's it. That's like I'm just like very simple at that.
Mm-hmm. All right. And what are some of your favorite interactions you had with your viewers or your followers that just joined in for the first time?
Mm, favorite interactions. I say like Mario Kart recently has been fun as hell. It's been very fun, and That's always, like I said, the easy icebreaker to play with stuff. Uh, I would say some of my favorite moments will definitely have to be Roblox, which was another game I never got the chance to mention too, because that was another game I definitely grew up on. And Roblox is kind of like the Fortnite of custom games, in a sense. But Fortnite has the stuff, but Roblox has the engine to do almost anything at once. So definitely know from people in my prior servers that we definitely play Roblox. And obviously that's like a time we just chill, vibe, and we definitely like to do Roblox Saturdays on times where, that's way just like catch up, chat up, and then just vibe. But I just like to do like little small things. That's all it is.
All right, then. Yeah, I mean, I have like nephews and nieces that play Roblox. I'm like, yo, I don't understand this shit. How y'all play this? Like, they spend
Mhm.
hours on this shit. I'm like, yeah. Mm-mm. I mean, like I said, I don't have a problem with Roblox. It's just not for me. Hey, if it's good for my nephews and my nieces, go right ahead. They try to teach me how to play that shit. I'm like, nah, I ain't with it. I'm
I
not
don't
with it.
understand Minecraft. I gave it a try. I was like, bro, what am I doing?
My
Me.
Let's say
Minecraft is another
innovation.
game too. Yeah,
I'm like,
Minecraft is another game too. I'm like, yo, I don't understand this shit. I don't like building. I
and I
don't.
kept dying. I'm like, how am I dying? What is
And there's
killing me?
so many different funny ways of dying in Minecraft.
Yes, there are.
Mhm.
Like it's crazy. Like you would think you're doing something, next thing you know, you're dead, and it's like, what killed me?
Right. I just
And,
instantly deleted the game after that. I'm like, you know what? Never mind.
and
Maybe
I'm
one
like,
day,
Wasted $7.
maybe one day I'm gonna get into Roblox. I'm gonna give it a try. Maybe one day. I
if
don't
you
know when
do,
though. I'll try.
let me know. Let me know
I
when you
say I
do,
never,
but
I never
I'll
tried
try.
Roblox, but one day
You
I will give it a try though. One day, Minecraft I have tried. I just have to actually spend more time on it. But
Mm-hmm. Or maybe just because I just don't really have people to play Roblox or Minecraft and shit like that with. So
that part.
like,
it's all
I'm
about
more
finding the right people.
I'm more
That
of a
part.
solo person. I'm more of a solo person when it comes to playing games. You know, like I don't mind playing multiplayer games with other people. It's just that I'm more comfortable playing solo games, which is whatever. But it is what it is. That's just my preference.
No, that's
If you
definitely
respect
true.
that, cool. If not, well, fuck it. Either way.
Damn.
So us as streamers, content creators, you're gonna have trolls and people trying to fuck with you and stuff like that. So how do you handle negative feedback or trolls during your streams?
I don't really have too many of those, funny enough, which is actually, like I say, kind of sucks. It's like, dang, kind of want that experience. It's like, like, hey, well, how do I deal with this? I had like a few hiccups here and there,
Mm-hmm.
mostly from people from other countries saying things that are definitely belligerent in other languages. But luckily, Google Translate definitely helps me solve that issue real quick. And I'm like, oh, well, I gotta let you go. Don't like the disrespect. You have a good day, and then boom, just like keep it real professional about it, because I don't want nothing to boomerang back on me, and then next thing you know,
hmm
I looks like an ass, and I don't want that. With other individuals who do speak English, and I may or may not know, I definitely try to just repress my thoughts, but I definitely try to at least keep it as a hey, did you not say this or this? Because that's disrespect towards me, my community, and I appreciate that. So otherwise, I would have to let you go. And yeah, but usually it's like a 1-2 rule, and if it's like not a 3 strike rule, so it's like yeah, after that, you gotta go. Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. You
See,
bet.
and
Go ahead, Lex.
I'll say, and I like that response too, because another thing people would try to do is, I don't know, like I said, clearly they're miserable and don't touch enough grass. They live in a
Mhm.
basement or some shit. I don't know. But they want to try to say, oh, I'm going to the streamer and just do weird shit in their chat. And then some of them, they want to try to get a reaction so they could make clout off of you and post you on TikTok and make you look like an ass. And it's like, that's not what happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what happened. Like a lot of big streamers and stuff, some of them have time and they will respond.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah,
don't know how
But
they go
then
though.
not all publicity is good publicity. Gosh, I can't speak no damn English today.
no, you ain't wrong about that. That's why it's
But
like the only time that happens, like where rage really kind of like gets at me the most, is potentially fighting games. Tekken's like the one that really kind of gets me at that. But some fighting games now, I'm kind of just I laugh at it too pressed. I'll grind, but I will not be pressed as much as I used to be. But toxicity exists big time, so I gotta
And it's
Yeah.
everywhere.
And
yeah.
and I don't know if y'all heard about this new feature they have on Twitch where people could go and make a clip of your stream and
Yes,
they could post it on their socials to promote you on their socials, which is I believe is a
devious.
bad idea, in my opinion. Only because of
It's
this.
a 50-50
It
Yeah,
depends
okay,
what type of
50-50,
stream
yeah.
because it depends on who is posting your content.
Mm-hmm.
and
If
what.
it's somebody you've been rocking with and you've been putting them on your channel, y'all been collabing already, like y'all have that really strong bond, then it's okay. But compared to someone who's a first time chatter or somebody who you don't even know, don't clip your shit, never chatted in your stream not one time, you see yourself on their stream, it's like, why are you trying to make clout off of me? I don't know you.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't
Yeah,
even tried to bond with me.
Or, for example, you play Apex, you go on a rampage, raging on people and stuff like that. They could just clip that shit and add it to their social,
Exactly.
and probably make a
yep.
big ass profile, a social account, and try um, try, you know, how can I say this?
Bad mouth you and stuff
There you
and make
go.
you look like an ass. Yeah, and then get you mass reported by bots and shit. Yep, we know how I go. Especially
Yep.
when you black and you a content creator.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
like it could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. I just to save my shit because just to be safe.
I never enabled it to begin with because big streamers have to deal with that all the time where
Exactly.
the re-uploaders definitely like do it all the time with like they lurk in the stream because 9 out of 10 a streamer usually doesn't always put all their content on their platforms, whether it be Twitch or mainly YouTube, for obviously people watch it over and over and over. So of course they feel like they have the justifiable reason to re-up the content and make money off of that. Some people do not care about that, but some people do depending on like what it is exactly because that makes sense. But I don't like the idea of that because what makes this setting a little iffy is if you do this clip setting, you can't really assign who can use it. It's really like a hey,
Mm-hmm.
anyone can use it. If you said
Exactly.
a certain personnel could do it, like if it was like a role, like how we have a mod role and an artist role, like in on Twitch, then I think that would be a good idea. But until then, it's like no. And also, how do I know they're not going to monetize off my work without me either giving it like a free consent where it's like, hey, do you consent to them making monetization off of this? At that point, Twitch, TikTok should really like collab and like figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I feel like that is like bad publicity depending on who's using your energy on whatever platform they're using it on. Mostly in this case, TikTok.
I believe there is like if somebody does do that on Twitch, whatever, try and clip you and post it on their social. I think it is watermarked. But I just I just say like I said, I disable it so that way nobody can get no
Mm-hmm.
clips and put it on their socials because I don't know what
Yeah,
their
I
fucking
just
intentions
don't
are.
trust that in general. Like, yeah, I get that, it might be able to help you get discovered more, but once again, you don't know how you're being discovered if it's not in your control and you're not the one that's posting it.
Exactly.
You don't know what somebody is putting with them captions for your clips and stuff, and then
Hmm.
somebody come across your stream and they come at you sideways, and it's like, what are you talking about? You weren't even here, and I don't even know you. Like,
And then yesterday during the first day of TwitchCon, the CEO announced how they're gonna clip something. You know how people get banned and they want to know why they got banned?
yeah.
Well, now that they will clip they will clip that moment where they ban you because of it. And people having negative
Oh,
feedbacks about that. I'm like, don't y'all want that? Is that a good thing, right? I'm like, y'all
wait,
want to
wait,
know.
wait.
Go
What?
ahead.
Wait, so the moment you get banned, like at that point, it will be clipped to see why you got banned.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is that okay?
So I'm like,
I feel like
I
I
don't
feel
like
like
that.
it's needed in some cases because some people do get once again mass botted or whatever and reported. So I feel like in instances like that where it really does matter, then yeah. However, if you really want to talk about some other shit as far as the banning thing, like I'll just say there's somebody I know, she did a cosplay and it was actually appropriate. She was
mm-hmm,
covered in everything and got mass reported or whatever and got her account suspended or whatever. So it's
yeah.
like, you know,
She got it back by the way too.
y'all oh yeah, she did. But yes, like y'all cracking down on her, but there are other certain individuals and certain groups that literally have their ass hanging out and y'all not getting on them.
Because you know why? Because they probably make
because
good
y'all make
money.
money off of them. But
Exactly.
somebody like us, it's an issue.
Yeah.
Men
much.
too.
Oh yeah, men
You
too.
know, some of these men be wilding too. So it's like,
We are definitely not safe. We're not safe at all. Trust me.
Exactly.
so it's like y'all are, if y'all are gonna clip people on why they get banned, then y'all need to do it right.
Mm-hmm.
Because they could still have that footage and be like, nope, you don't get your account back. And it's like, you have the footage.
Yeah.
What did I do?
Yeah.
Not
Twitch
true.
is different. Twitch is different.
That's why everybody
Twitch is
jumps on
definitely
kick
different.
nowadays. But I don't think that's even better because
That's no better.
no, it's not. That's a bad platform at this point. The way how things are being publicized.
Mm-hmm.
I see too much stuff on Twitter of a kick streamer doing this and this.
Mm-hmm. This,
The fact that they're
that, and the
getting away with
third.
it, not getting no ban, no type of restriction or timeout on the channel, and even then, it gets very red pillish, depending how deep you go on. So even
Mhm.
then, it's not a good place to really start out. But not everybody's a bad streamer, but the majority pool is not graceful.
And it stigmatizes the hell out of that platform. And it's crazy because I think we brought this up maybe sometime at the beginning of the year or last year in a different episode. But a lot of people, I was saying how people are crazy that they jumped off of the Twitch bandwagon to instantly go for Kick
Mm-hmm.
when it was in beta. So it's like, you don't even know nothing about the platform. Y'all think y'all gonna get all this pay. They're going to change it. It's a beta for a reason, just like a video game.
It's still beta
They're
now.
gonna change shit.
Oh yeah, it's still beta. Yeah, never changed.
It's still a beta till like what, like
Oh, it
a
still
year or
is.
some
See,
change
that's because
now.
y'all
Yeah.
don't keep up with the shit.
Yeah, it's been like a year and some
But
change now. It's still a beta.
see, but even with it still being considered a beta, there's always different beta versions because they're changing shit. Each time they change something, it's a different version of that original beta.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like everybody like, okay, I'm gonna jump on Kick, but it's like, okay, keep in mind they're gonna always change shit, just like Twitch, just like YouTube. All these platforms change things over time. And I cannot tell you how many streamers I've seen, you know, just scrolling through Twitter, wishing that they didn't jump on the Kick bandwagon as quick as they did. There's that regret. And it's like, well, you should have thought about that. You had a solid base on Twitch and you expect all of your supporters to transfer to Kick?
Mhm.
What'd you think
Yeah.
was going to happen?
Gotta have clout. That's what it is. You gotta have a really serious clout funding to really do it. And even then, you're still making a bad decision. I feel like, in my opinion, because
At that
Kick was
point,
not
yeah.
good
Because
at this point.
everybody wants that instant clout. Everybody want to be like, you know,
Yeah.
and she try and make money off that shit. But at the same time,
And
it's
you
like,
see the realities of it.
yeah, streaming is
Oh,
not
it's
that
less
easy.
it's less restrictive. I could do this, that, and the third. Okay, go ahead.
But you're not gonna
And
be.
you still not getting no clout, is you?
Nope. Because everybody want to be a big time streamer automatically. That shit takes time. You know, it takes weeks, months, fucking years. People don't understand that. Everybody want that microwave blessing. Everybody want that shit
The
to be
easy bake
overnight.
oven, okay? That microwave blessing, the easy bake oven money. It ain't happen.
And that shit ain't happening at all. Kevin Gates. That's what I learned from Kevin Gates. Microwave blessing. It won't happen. It will not happen. Not overnight, by the way. It takes time as a streamer.
Not even in an hour, not even in the next 60 seconds.
Hell no.
Yes.
Like Kai Cenat, I Show Speed. They all started just like us. And they made it content however they can. You know, do I agree with some of the shit they do? Absolutely not. But it works for them, and it is what it is.
Listen, I agree too, because some of the stuff they do, and the thing is with the audience they get too, because you know it's a lot of teenagers, it's a lot of the younger population that watches their stuff. It's not like people our age, you know, there are some our age that, you know, watch it or whatever, but
it's mostly teenagers.
The general audience for them is most likely the teenagers and our little ones, you know?
I remember Kai Cenat said something. I remember Kai Cenat said that his content was made for adults only. Okay, but yet your fucking audience is mostly teenagers, not really adults. So, I mean, it is what it is. How are you making money, kid? How are you making money? The one thing, exactly, like, am I hating on Kai Cenat? No. But one thing I would say, though, when you did the whole prison content, when you did content on the prison thing, I hate it with a passion. I hate that shit with a passion. Only because.
So you're giving people false hope about what prison is like. Let's start there.
I was gonna go there. I was about to go there on that shit too. Like,
let's start there. And you got to tell people, like Cat Williams said, prison and jail is not the same. It really ain't.
Nope,
It's not.
it's not. Like, I believe with Costin when he did that shit, he's trying to glorify it. Like, this is how prison is. No, the fuck is
And
not.
on top of that, what race are you? Black. We already have enough problems in our own community relating to shit like that, and this is what you're promoting?
Mm-hmm. And remember, you
Truth be
got
told,
little kids and teenagers watching this shit too, not knowing how the reality is in prison.
yep.
That's
And
why
we already
I think Offset said it the best. He was going to join them, but he declined the last minute. It's like, you know, he'd been in prison before
Mm-hmm.
multiple
Mhm.
times, and he know how that shit is. It's like you trying to glorify this shit. It's not right. And I completely agree with him. I wouldn't join that shit either. Like, this is not how prison's supposed to be.
They still let us slide. They still let us slide. And it doesn't make it better too when you have supported and jumped on that same train.
Exactly.
And
Mm-hmm.
I even one that kind of even had me a little confused was RDC. I was a little shocked when I saw them. I was like,
Yeah, that's true.
why is RDC World like? I understand like the hype center focus on like what they do for content, and trust me, I understand what like where that was kind of going. It's like it
Mm-hmm.
fits your ballpark, but I don't think this is the good one. It's gonna have a bad like someone's gonna like look at this and be like, but they're big, they're making money, so they're not gonna really think about it too much. So because of that, yeah, no one's gonna think about it too much. But let that like sit in for like about maybe a year or two, and it's gonna come back to you. It's like, didn't you do? Yeah, because
It's
nah,
just,
nah, nah.
and they
It's
put,
just everybody's distracted by the fact that they make money and stuff and that they're so big and their popularity. Like a lot of people don't see the bigger picture. Once again, that's the biggest issue with, our community. A lot of us, a lot of people like us don't really see the bigger issue. It's just instantly, oh, you're a hater. Oh, you're reaching. You're doing this, you're doing that. Am I really?
nah,
Yep.
you speaking facts.
And it's like you got to do the most absurd and astonishing things out there just to kind of get discovered, and especially if is melanated, or if not even not melanated, anyone who is a POC, because if you're non-POC, easy, easy money, easy bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, not every non-POC can really, of course, make it out there too, because they also have to work. Not everyone's gifted or blessed with that easy clout. But even then, when you get it, how are you utilizing your platform? How do you use it?
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to use it in other forms? And if so, how are you going to give back to people who were in your standing or who are just like you? Because that is going to come back in a question. Because of course, with Kai, he's definitely done things,
Oh
many
yeah.
different stream ideas, and creativity. Can't hate creativity. Some things are not always potent, but not everything goes well. And I'm not going to make this Kai scenario that. But my thing is just like utilizing your platform in a way where it helps out everyone, not just yourself. That's going to have a big reflection. It's like same thing with like how I look at a big comparison is
Mm-hmm.
music, hip hop. I am a hip hop producer. I love hip hop. I think I take that as like a big consideration of like how are you going to use your earnings and your stuff to help you back to your people, because I feel like you have to also build foundations for them, because not everybody can have the same luxury, talent, or strive as that same person. So you sometimes you got to pave the way.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it doesn't work the first time, you still kind of have to be helpful and resourceful, because at some point every little action about that is going to come back to you. It all comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Longevity.
I definitely agree with everything you're saying. Definitely agree with everything you're
So now to move aside from streaming a little bit, like what are some of your current like communities or gaming groups that you're affiliated with and how has it helped you grow as a
Okay.
person and content creator?
In terms of like affiliate groups and such, we're looking at a fat zero.
saying.
None. None whatsoever.
Ooh.
So I'm fresh out here. Got no collabs, no organization, no name tag. I coexist. I'm not. I don't have nothing. So I just been, I guess, learning this whole thing just by exploring. Honestly, from other communities and other groups, I'm pretty much a free agent. So love to get into something and go and try to be a part of something. I mean, the only thing I kind of did recently was apply for a Twitch Black Guild. So I'm like, hey, let's see how that goes. Honestly, that yesterday.
Yeah,
So
same.
other than that though, I don't know. Even then, it's like I think my thing is I also don't know what groups or who is out there. So until I see somebody I know that has them, and I'm like, oh, you're part of that stream team. Cool. I don't know where you found it at, but good job for you. I'm happy for you. I don't know what to say. I'm like, where do you find? Because I'm like, I know Twitter is like the easier access to find anything Twitch related news.
Mm-hmm.
Simple,
That's
simple.
true.
TikTok, I'm still trying to understand how TikTok works because I just made one recently. So I'm all that
Mhm.
just like, yeah, I don't know. So it's like either I got to hear from word of word, somebody makes a server and they're like, hey, I'm pretty generous. Learn more about this community and join about this. And it's like, yeah, yeah. Because, Discord is always looking for people to like, be active in Discord and be represented for their pillars. I
Mhm.
don't mind doing that, of course, but it's like on a Twitch scale, I don't really see anything that I could go and apply for. I don't know anything at all. I'm blind. So hey, anyone who want to show me the right direction, go ahead. But otherwise, I will if somebody knocks on my door and be like, hey, what you doing just? And I'm like, okay, cool. Just educate me a little bit about what it is, and that's it. I have nothing tied to me, so hey.
Yep. Cause I heard this from a streamer one time, right? Like everybody just joining all these Discord groups and Twitch, like everybody joining all these Discord groups and Twitch stream teams and not knowing what they about. They're just joining just to join.
Mhm.
It's like kind of fucking weird. Like you don't know nothing about this group, but yeah, you want to join because everybody else is joining and posting their accomplishment on Twitter or TikTok or whatever. You just want to join just to be part of the hype.
But that's not even what it's about, which a lot of people don't understand. It's not just attaching your name to a brand. It's like, are you actually able to help represent the brand, not only for the brand and people associated with it, but what do you bring to the table?
Exactly. Cause I know I've been in some Discord servers that that should be dead as fuck. I try to say hey, hello, try to put my name out there,
And
whatever.
people don't budge. And
Exactly.
I have experienced that with certain communities. I'm not going to say the names and stuff of the brands and all that,
Same here.
but it's like I first off, I don't even join the brand itself. I just go into Discord and kind of test the waters. Because it's like, okay, I see this person I know is in it, but let me see what they're about. Are they active in their Discord server? Like, are you guys actually engaging? Because I like to network and build with people. I don't want to just join something and feel like I'm overshadowed and can't even get a hello or a fucking good morning. So it's
Yeah.
like, I need to know, like, are you guys actually social? Is there some, hospitality here? Can we form a connection? I have been with I've joined Discords with certain brands and it will go good for a minute. Like sometimes I'll say, oh, good morning or good time zone, the little morning greetings or whatever. And then people will just skip over and talk to the person that spoke before me over a previous conversation. And it's like,
Boy,
okay,
I
that's a
hate
red
that shit.
flag.
I hate that
It's
shit
like,
with
okay,
a
that's a
passion.
red flag. I'll leave instantly.
You can say that again because that didn't happen to me so many times. I'm like, bro, so I was clearly
So
being
clearly
the
So
fuck
it's,
me,
friendliest
right?
person
yeah,
that I
so
was.
it's like I'm a fucking nobody, even though I'm trying to stay a nobody in your community. I just want to form some more genuine bonds and more people to game with.
Mm-hmm.
That's y'all lost. I'll go. My service can go elsewhere.
I hate that shit with a
Or they
passion.
had that little click, or they had that little click that they only play certain games with. Like, oh, you got to be this. I'm like, whatever, dude.
And
I'm
it's
like, well,
like okay, and you can stay that because me and my individual clique can go elsewhere.
Exactly.
right, yeah.
You just like I said, you just gotta be careful what groups you join. You gotta really be observant about which community you join, stuff like that within the Discord, because not all Discord servers are good Discord servers. That should be dead as fuck. I'm telling you that right
And if
now.
it's not dead, then your ass get ignored.
Exactly.
Mm.
Like you can say good morning, and then somebody say good morning. Then someone will say good morning, and they'll reply to that person good morning instead of your good morning. Like damn. Well, fuck me,
For
right?
me, it
Okay.
ain't even that. Like the Discord I was in, I said good morning. It's just a general thing. I don't expect a response, but at
Yeah.
least somebody to just say, "Oh, hey, how are you?" or "Hey, good morning." You don't even have to reply to me directly. If you're saying good morning, I know it's to everybody. I'm included.
Yeah.
It's the fact that somebody before me, well, I started a conversation talking about PC builds and all this other random shit. I'm going in saying good morning, trying to, greet everybody or whatever, kick up a little conversation, and then the next person that responds to the person above me talking about PC builds. And then the convo just continues from there. Like, I completely got ignored. So I'm like, all right, I'm out of here.
Damn, that shit went from good mornings to PC bills. That's wild. That's
I was
two
like, I'm
different
out of
topics.
here.
From more
Sounds
from
like some shit
Like,
right there.
that's instant red flag. Cause it's like, that means y'all already got clicks. Y'all don't bother to greet new people that come in. Y'all not looking for connections. Y'all just sticking to what y'all do.
they just want to get
Go
the
ahead.
they just want to
It
get the
ain't for
numbers up.
me.
They just want to get their
Yeah, it's like
numbers up.
I'm actually trying to go above and beyond. And yeah, y'all don't see it. Cool.
They just
I'm
want to
out. Another community will see it.
they just want to get their numbers up, and then they still have their peoples in there. You know what I'm saying? They just don't want to enter
Exactly.
new people. Like it's good to have new people in the Discord server, but they'll just remain with the people that've been there for X amount of time in there. It'd be clicks. It's like that. It's clicks. Just like high school. You know, high school have clicks and shit like that.
Popularity contest.
Yeah, cause
Mm-hmm.
everybody want to be with that person because of their name, their brand, and this, that, and the third. It's like you don't know shit about that person. You don't
That's
know
true.
shit about that person other than of their name and how many people they be bringing into their streams. You know what I'm saying? You don't know that person. Like it shit. Oh, that shit weird.
At some point, Discords are just like high schools.
Yeah,
Honestly, like
I
Literally.
you
agree.
got to click let's play Fortnite. You got to click they play day by daylight. Then you got to click they just there. They don't play nothing at all. They just in the group.
That's why
Yep.
And I'm like, man,
that's why I low key don't do collabs as much because of that type of shit right there too. You know what I'm saying?
Shit,
Can
I'm
you,
gonna put my foot out there. I'll do it. And I was like, listen,
I mean,
hey, you two things.
I'm not saying you don't have to do collabs. Just make sure you find people to collaborate right. That's
No, you're
all.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's kind of tough, to really, kind of just know who exactly. I've met some decent folks, through my previous collabs, and not everyone's like an asshole. I would say that, thank God. But I have met my bad apples, and I definitely can say it's just like, yeah, either I'm just gonna stop talking to you, or we're just not gonna be as conversive with that person. And I obviously not gonna say if anyone's in here listening to that, it's not the truth about how I feel about everybody, but it's just like I think it's just like just be aware of how you treat people because that will come back and it's not gonna be good. Whether the reception will be good or bad. So just be genuine. That's all I just say. Be genuine, please.
Exactly. I mean, like
'Cause-
all of us, we've been streamers for X amount of years, maybe for a couple months, whatever. And we met some other content creators and streamers that are cool, and then there are some out there that are just weird and jealous minded. It is what it is. Sometimes you just gotta cut motherfuckers off the rip, and don't have no regrets doing it at all.
mm,
Or you can tell already if you game with them once and the vibe is off, go with your gut because that's already a snippet of how the person is, whether it's on or off stream. If you're already getting that vibe, like, I don't know if I want to play with this person again, just stick with it.
yeah.
I mean, I was playing with somebody before, and sometimes I don't really, I ain't gonna say like I got a hand. There's sometimes when I play cooperative games, I do get a little angry when motherfuckers don't do their job right. And this person cussed me out. I said, all right, cool. You can cuss me out if you want to. I'm gonna continue to do me. That's how I am when I play against cooperative games. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I tend to go off the rails if somebody do some dumb shit. And this person cussed me out. While I'm streaming, by the way, y'all. While I'm streaming, I'm like, damn. Oh well, fuck it. I don't care. I'm just continue to play the game.
It's like, damn. Fuck it. Game
Okay.
2.
like you already know how I be.
Huh?
I said, y'all already know how I be when I play games and stream my friends. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
No, he really don't. Pizza be
for real. I remember when
I'm
I was
niggas saying all sorts of crazy shit, but it's funny.
Yeah, I had a moment when I was playing Sniper Elite 5 with somebody, and we was playing on his, he was the host. And he just
Okay.
decided to quit the game and cuss me out and this, that, and the third. I'm like, okay, well,
For what?
let me, because I was like, kind of like getting mad and shit because he wasn't doing it. He wasn't doing what he's supposed to do. So
Uh,
he decided to quit, and he got into his little fucking feelings and this, then, and third. I'm like, all right, well, all right. I guess I'll play this game solo, and went about my day, continued to stream, went about and playing the game solo. That shit didn't bother me at all. I get cussed out at people. I get cussed out at people too. I mean, people cuss me out. I'm like, all right, it is what it is. That shit don't hurt me. I'm gonna continue to do what I gotta do. Simple as that.
Facts.
Yeah, we ain't cool no more though. But I'm just leave it as it. I'm just leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. So let me see. All right, got another question for you, Nee. Have you ever
Mm-hmm.
attend any gaming slash anime conventions, and if so, how was those experiences? If you ever went to those like conventions?
Okay. Yeah. Recently with the DreamCon this year. Ooh, that
Hey.
crack felt good. Oof. Sorry about that. I had to stretch. Um. Hey, I went to DreamCon this year. First convention ever,
Mm-hmm.
and it was something. Let's say that it was definitely something. So went out there, boom, first convention out there, and also first time in Texas too. Honestly, I can say this right now, Texas was not. It was not hot in Austin. I thought it was gonna be like super musty, and I was gonna have to like get ready for that heat. I was like, no, it feels pretty nice out here. So I was like, okay, cool, bet. Nice weather, good. Check that off. But convention wise, it was yeah. Like first day, Thursday after landing, got my badge, cool, not a problem. I definitely tell you, all that was like kind of just that was at least the most organized I've seen. Second thing was definitely the Friday, start of the event. Doors open at 12 o'clock, and things were very much discombobulated. I didn't know what was the front door because I didn't know if there was either I didn't know if there was a VIP door, and I didn't know there was like a regular door
Mm-hmm.
because when where I was staying at, my hotel was Louis right across the street from the convention. So when I tell you it's like around 11:30, and I'm like walking out, and I'm like looking at, and I'm like, oh, it is. So we go out there, and then yeah, we see the line. It's like okay, the line's like right around the corner. I mean, that's cool. Yeah, and so realizing no, that line was for VIP only, and I'm like, okay, so where's the line to the other door around the back? So the other side of the building. So like that's about like pretty much half a square, and I'm like, all right, let's go out there. Let's go do that. And then we're looking for where the line starts. The line starting in the middle of the street, and then it just curves and goes like around the building. And I'm like, so where does the line? You just sure it's the right way? I'm like, and I was confused. Like, so then everybody was saying, yeah, this is where the back door leads to the other place. And I'm like, what the fuck? So we got there, and they were checking badges, and they had like metal detectors, everything on that side of the door, which was cool, I guess. Then going through it. So one thing I didn't know was this: I knew there were events at DreamCon. What I didn't know was there was an RSVP system. I didn't understand it. I was like, "What
Mm.
RSVP? I'm like, for what? Like stuff for like if you got a VIP badge?" It was like, "No, for everything." I'm like, what we talking about? Because apparently you get the RSVP for about every single event for the convention. For what I heard from prior experience, you never had to do that before. You just had to be like show up, get there early, and then boom. Because even like for the opening ceremony, the opening ceremony was RSVP. How is the opening ceremony RSVP? Like, hold on, wait. The kickstart where
Mm.
everybody's open, welcome. You're supposed to greet everybody. All right, okay. So then now realizing that, I'm like, all right, that's gonna get a little bit weird. Then kind of just seeing around, and then we're just kind of just like walking around. I mean, just admiring all the cosplays, just noticing all like the lovely costumes, and definitely all the gaming fanatics, anime fanatics. I'm just like commenting on costumes. For me, I'm in the candy shop. I'm just enjoying the atmosphere of just being around other gamers and black gamers too, for that matter. So it's like, hey, I started complimenting people on the outfits and cosplays, and everybody was just giving me the most stinkest look ever.
Not the
I was
stinkest
like,
look. Try to get them
I was
compliments.
like, yes, for compliments. And it was so weird. And it wasn't like,
Oh
yo,
my fucking
I like
god.
your staff, Ank, but it's a little short. It wasn't like, no, I didn't say never condescending. It was just, I really love the detail of your outfit. How did you do this? And like, there was someone who was wearing there was King from Tekken and Iron King. And I remember I saw that post also get circulated on Twitter during DreamCon week. And I was like, yo, I love the Armor King representation. You think he's gonna be in Tekken 8? And then Brody was kind of like staring at me like he was about to like fucking drop me on the floor. And I was kind of like, he responded, but just little words. Whatever he said, it was just like, maybe, I don't know. I don't play Tekken too often. I was like, oh, type shit.
Oh, these fucking see. This is why. Come
This is
on,
why I stay my
guys.
black ass in the house. This is why I stay my black ass in the house. I can't deal with people.
All right, cool,
especially
cool.
especially be your own kind. Like, bro, I'm giving you a fucking compliment out here, and they just give me some smart ass remarks. Fuck out of here. See, this is
Yeah,
why.
and it was so rude. I was like, what the fuck? Okay.
It's like I gave you a compliment and pinpointed the detail of your outfit that I like.
Yeah.
And you give me a straight face. What I do?
And bro was wearing like a whole Tekken 3 Armor King shirt, and I was like, it was actually like a screenshot from the game. I was like, oh, so he's a fan. It was just like, nah. And he said that was like, all right. It's like the generic thing is like, what's your favorite anime? And then they give you the basic shit. It's kind of like, all right, well, tough. Like, I would say there were people out there that were like hella nice. Like, I saw someone who did a Jill cosplay from Resident Evil 1, and we were talking, and she was so nice, really cool.
Oh, that's good.
All nice and stuff like that. And I definitely saw Kids Next Door, definitely number 1 all the way from number 5 with a Samus Aran outfit. It was nice. I do have good pictures. I think my favorite cosplay from there was definitely Crimson Chin and Nega Chin. Funniest shit I ever seen.
Crimson, yeah.
That shit was so funny, but everybody said they were decent people, but some people though, they just wasn't with the shits, and I definitely saw a lot of fans. So of course, you see your Naruto, you see your Bleach, you see your Dragon Ball, but obviously there were some just good costumes though, and I even was commenting someone who did Powerline from the Goofy movie. That's a childhood thing for me. I love the Goofy movie to a heart. That's no one can tell me shit. Someone did Powerline, and I commented his outfit, and there was 2 power lines. And I commented his outfit, and I feel like asked him like, "Yo, how much of a fan are you Goofy movie?" And then we started singing eye to eye. I was like, "Okay," I was like, "You cool, you know the shit." But
you finna catch me hitting that dance like I'm in that movie, like
exactly.
Put me next to Powerline right now.
And it was crazy because the people who were walking past them, like, obviously they're walking past him, so it's blind, so he don't see them. They gave him the most rankest face, and it was like 3 people. It was a Grimmjow, an Ukiota, and I think one of the Hashiras from Demon Slayer. I can't tell you who it was exactly, but they gave him like the most rankest face ever, and I was like, I'm like, well, what's going on? They got another rank face too, but it's kind of like, is it because of the detail?
People
I mean, homemade cosplays are still cosplays. Let's not shit on them. Hold on.
Baby, listen, kudos to the ones that actually make their cosplays from scratch.
Yeah.
Y'all out here doing it.
Because like that's where it's at. It's just like it's about the spirit of what to do. And I'm just like, bro, I don't see a problem with this. I just don't see a problem with it. And I get there was like obviously some backlash from just, people just shitting on just cosplayers. And I know that's like a very sensitive thing. It's a very crucial thing and a sensitive thing that people take the cosplay serious, but the feedback is definitely big. Like, I definitely don't get it because someone who doesn't cosplay, but I know it's art. It's all art at the end of the day. It's all about admiration, art, and it's really just a lifestyle. And it's like how I take gaming. It's like I can definitely defend the game and speak on it to the level. It's like, yeah, this game definitely deserves more representation, but it does not because blah. So I understand. It's all enthusiastic art. So, but the experience though. So because I didn't really know there was a whole RSVP, that kind of took me out for a little bit. But definitely they had the gaming section. Gaming area was pretty cool, pretty chill, and such and such. Had arcade games there. They definitely had like the VR headset section, which was like pretty cool, which of course that was not restricted. And that was pretty nice to play that. But of course they had the tournaments. The tournaments, part of me was like, I would do a Tekken 8 tournament. Of course I joined last minute and I didn't know that there was a capacity for that. But I was like, next time. It was okay though. But they also allowed us to play games there while we were chilling. So pretty much, unless your game was kind of like being used for tournament play, about half of the area will be reserved. But sometimes the majority area will be used for tournament players. So they had PS5s, PS4s, and they had Switches there. So it was actually a good time just to play that and definitely just play with other people for the sake of it. Some people were cool, others were just a little
Dickheads.
musty. That's the word, but I didn't want to say that.
Nah, they dickheads.
But I did meet
Dickheads.
some cool people though, some cool fighters. So I was like, hey, it wasn't all bad though. I wouldn't say it was a bad time.
Mhm.
So definitely made a lot of people who were using hitboxes from like their own places or using controllers like how I was. So I was like, hey, it's all cool. It's all fine.
And speaking of, oh, go ahead.
Neem, I'm gonna tell you right now, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't afraid to say it over here on this podcast, okay? We call it for what it is.
I'm just trying to be PG-13 to the best of my ability. And I'm like,
I understand, but don't even worry about it. We got you covered.
Exactly.
I definitely swear it a few times, several, but it's okay.
That's all
it's
good. It's explicit. Our content is explicit, so feel free to speak your mind.
Fair enough.
For the kids.
It's not suitable for kids, but
no, it's not. No, it's not.
But
so
hey,
we make sure we put that disclaimer. Don't if you got the children with you, take them to the other room.
Please.
Exactly.
Thank you.
But speaking of mustiness, I heard that I heard through the grapevine from people who've been to DreamCon this year that
Not through the grapevine.
that that it was mostly women that was smelling mustier than men. I'm like,
ooh, okay. Let me tell you
interesting. I'm like, interesting.
I can't say if that's true or not.
I'm just saying I'm just saying what people been.
Well, I need to find the grapevine source because hold on.
I mean, let's say this: did they go to after? They did. I wasn't part of that crowd, so maybe they got a different thing. So I didn't go to after.
Most likely.
So I don't know.
Most likely. You know, they pH. I heard their pH balance was off. That's what I'm just saying. You know,
I'm gonna say the only room where I know probably got super musty was probably the After Dark show, which everyone know about this one. It was blowing up on Twitter. It was with Baby Ashley. So that I gotta talk about that one. That was a big thing. So this was day one. Pretty much, it's about 7 o'clock, first day, Friday, and I'm trying to like, okay, what else is going on? You know, didn't really buy merch because the commissions area was all shut down for the night, so they kind of was like wrapping up, and it was like, yeah, cool. People were still like walking around taking pictures and such, and like with different cosplayers, or we were trying to figure out what the hell they about to do for food because that was really just a move right there. And on the third floor, there was like a bukaku show. So I seen this show before. I think that's how you say it, and that's just the way it is. It was like a 18 plus show where it was pretty much like all the girls who do OF or 18 plus content, they go out and they show out in their cosplay and they're just there. So knowing everything was just RSVP and there was nothing else to do, I was just like, hey man, I'll just watch. I'm bored. I'm like, what else we gotta do? And I tell you this, the doors open at 8 o'clock. Got there around like say 7:15. There's barely a line forming, but it seems like it's already getting packed up. But it wasn't packed yet. But I will tell you this: we were gatekeeped to told you y'all can't go in. We're at capacity, and I'm like, how is that the case if people are still going in through the other door? Because that's not the case. That doesn't make any sense. And it turns out they weren't at capacity. They were gatekeeping. They didn't want people to go in that room and watch, which was weird. And I'm telling you, the workers, these are workers who actually didn't want people to go in there at the time. And thing is, they would keep opening the door and they would like swap in and out of turns. Like it was a hot seat. You'd be like, all right, bro, your turn. Go ahead. All right, man, you go in. Boom. And they were swapping in just to watch the show. And I'm like, oh, y'all niggas is disgusting. I'm like, oh, okay, we're getting like this. I'm like, y'all doing this for free cheeks? And I'm like, I hope when y'all taking one of them home, which I'm not promoting that's what happened, but like, if you're gonna gatekeep like that, keep it at least a professional aesthetic that, yeah, I know money was being thrown in there because that was the one thing they were talking about. Money was being thrown, like dollars. Like it was pole dancing and such. So I understand why, but the how I've seen the videos though from different angles and from my own personal experience, they were definitely gatekeeping to make sure that people did not for the sense of not seeing all of that. And of course, the trending video with Baby Ashley was picked up by a fan, and he, yeah,
So
and
niggas was
that's how.
so basically motherfuckers getting their freak on inside that damn room and after dark.
Yeah, third floor, no hotel view side, just a whole closed room. Maybe that's where the must was too, because I don't know how sweaty it got in there, but the money was flying. Money was flying though. Bills, ones, twos, threes, fives, 50s, hundreds. Oh yeah, they were making money in there. It
They
was a
making
Wow.
money, spreading that booth air, that stank cloud, clearly.
mm-hmm. And that
Right.
was like the day one show, and I remember many people were talking about it. That
Multiple days.
it was like they didn't want to talk about that. Want to be the representation point of DreamCon.
Now
And
it's too late now.
honestly, they've had the show beforehand, and she's also been there before as well. So it's like if you guys are getting half backlash from this, keep doing it. But yet again, I'm not the person who runs it. I'm just a fan who's just there for the vibe. So it is what it is. But I would say for us experience though, it's definitely like a half and half, which also means about go to Dream 5 because of how more so as the treatment for people who are content creators, even aspiring content creators. You ain't gotta be big. There really wasn't anything for us to do in terms of like just getting to know folks. Even if you didn't RSVP or you buy VIP, it's just the point. It's like I have this. I have to pay to win. This is not a gotcha game. I'm just here for the experience and I'm just here for the vibe whatsoever. But I did meet people at least in the time of just being there for those 3 days. So it wasn't like a whole bad time. The people who I met, I still talk to them, and we definitely still keep in contact. So all is good, no bad blood. Even people from like my hotel, from even people I took the flight to, my city all the way to Texas. Yeah, like there was never like it's not all bad, but I would say DreamCon definitely can get a little
Freaky.
yeah.
Little
That's
freaking
one,
icky.
yeah, but it's definitely gatekeeping though. It's like you gotta have a little. You know, that's the only problem I have. That's why I don't know weird about what convention I want to go to next. I know people who are going to DreamCon this year, and I'm like, just to see y'all, I probably will do it, but shoulda, woulda, coulda. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I heard that DreamCon this year just had a lot of mixed reviews, so it could be good, it could be bad.
Yeah, 'cause MomoCon was like a week before. After that, it's gonna happen, which is like two cons back to back to back,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
which
Yeah,
people don't
next
have the
year.
money for that.
Yeah, next year is gonna be back to back. You got MomoCon in Atlanta, and then that following week you have DreamCon, which is gonna be Houston, which is gonna be in Houston. So it's like
Yeah,
literally back to back weeks. So it's like, how y'all going to these fucking trips back to back? Y'all must have money like a motherfucker.
either that or literally just who knows? They got plugs on plugs, and then also for people who are like are cosplayers, you got to make different cosplays for like 6 days at
Yeah.
best. You realize how much money that's going to be if you decide to
Mhm.
go. If not that, you still got to allocate a hotel, a flight, like return flights back and forth. And of course, just the whole thing of just being there for those set amount of days. Then whatever experience you buy, you'll still got merch, you type of shit in there. It's a lot. It's like you guys aren't really being considerate about us as fans to come to, promote and definitely enjoy your spot. It's more utilizing
Mhm.
us for money and for clout. And the thing is that I like to say the expression nostalgia is a drug and definitely like don't abuse it, but
Mhm.
just give it out in a good way where it's like it's fully fair and easy. But I will say at this point, I feel like as us as words, I feel like sometimes we're kind of being abused in the monetized way of like, yes, they know that black people like this type of shit, and they're definitely going to use our likeness as a way to give them more money. And I feel like that goes for people who are non and are POCs. And that kind of sucks because it's like we are individuals too, but it's like don't use our happiness as a way for your greed because we're going to see through that and that's going to wind up fucking things over big time. That's why we're DreamCon 2025. I'm a little like, listen, I like you guys as people, But if this is how you're doing your marketing strategy, I don't think I want to support that idea, knowing the fact that this is what you're going to do. Because, like, you're already talking about, hey, day one tickets are already done with, or pre-sale. We got another pre-sale coming out this October within, I think it's the same day as Sparking Zero, which I think that's another problem too. You're doing it on the same day as Sparking. Now, you know damn well we like Dragon Ball.
Mhm.
Now, why the hell would y'all do that? Why would y'all do that?
And it's not
That's a
even,
little, come on now.
and the crazy thing about it is that they have one in October, and then one in November, and then
And
the last one in December. There's no tickets on sale next year at all. So you got to get it within those next 3 months.
And not
Yep.
to mention, those are the months where there are holidays, and you want to put one in December? Y'all know people gonna be broke as hell.
November
Birthdays,
15th, and I think
Christmas.
like
Come on
December
now.
20th, some shit. So like so it's the week before Black Friday, and then it's like I think the week before Christmas.
Yes.
So like, what are you talking about? And like I said, October doesn't really have no relevance, but they know Sparking Zero comes out on that day.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is another thing too. I like to reference this too because did anyone see how much the tickets cost for the first
150.
time?
Oh, for the first time? When like
The
first time of 2024 or for next year's?
2025 in this case, yeah. So
Okay, so
this upcoming one,
so 2025, the DreamCon case is like 150. And we're not even counting the taxes.
it's like
Anything like that.
170.
It's like 175.
Mhm.
175.
Yeah.
And that's just for like the early release. Imagine they probably like up the prices coming next month. And then for October, November, December, they might increase their prices.
Yeah.
It's like they're punishing you for not getting it at the earliest convenient time. It's like they're punishing you, but it's like y'all want to do this shit around the time people are traveling to go see their families out of the country and out of the state because y'all want to do it November and December,
Yep.
and people already gonna be broke from these games in October.
But I think it's also weird how they're doing it also between graduation season. That's another problem.
And that too, because some people, are graduating. So it's like y'all pick the worst fucking time. There's a lot of shit going on towards the end of the year. Y'all know it.
Yeah,
People already finna be broke from buying these games in October.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got people trying to go visit their families for a week or two for Thanksgiving. Then they gotta come back, and then people are gonna be Christmas shopping. Y'all know these deals finna go out with the exception of new shit that gets released.
Mm-hmm. And then
People graduating.
people graduate in the end of May. So it's like,
yeah,
what the hell y'all doing? That's how I was kind of confused when they announced the dates, like from May 30th to like June 1st. I'm like,
yeah,
bruh, you got MomoCon 1 week before DreamCon. And, people are graduating within those days. So it's like, what the hell y'all doing?
it's like I told you, it's like target marketing. They know what they're doing to the point it's like this self-awareness is already like bad. And I'm not even also going to speak about some of the things I also seen from DreamCon before too, where it's like I feel like a lot of the honest publicity also does get very overshadowed because I also know that there also were stories of harassment that happened too, which also does not get spoken about.
Let me, before we get to that, I'm gonna say this real quick too. For them to charge $150 for those damn badges for 3 days, for them charging that much, that shit better be worth it. That shit better be well organized like a motherfucker out there in DreamCon. Because if it's not organized, I'm paying X amount of money to go to this damn con. I gotta miss certain shit, and it's not operate correctly. I'm gonna be pissed off. Because now you making us pay extra to go to this DreamCon for 3 days, and I heard that it don't be organized like that at all. And shit happens. It is what it is, but that shit better have some fucking special guests coming out there too. Special performances, I'm paying them prices. I better see Megan Thee Stallion out that motherfucker now. She's from Houston. She better perform out there. I'm just saying. But continue on. I just had to say that.
No, definitely you made a strong point because I thought it wasn't organized too, because like nothing was organized, and even then some of the events and panels, they definitely felt like they were more, I guess, for people who like just very, I would say generic, but like I'm not gonna say creative enough at level. I feel like the most creative events were definitely the ones you had to at least have a VIP badge for, or at least you had to at least RSVP like a way ahead of time. Because I feel like the leftover events that were definitely just not there, they just weren't as.
I heard that I heard that even you had the VIP badge, the VIP badges, that wasn't even that good either. So you paying
No,
extra
I've
for some bullshit.
Yep.
Like you make me pay extra for VIP, and I'm not getting no type of special treatment. Come on now.
Unless you were like part of like a facility or some like some type of organization, that those badges were at least given like for free. Because remember that one guy who went trendy for it was like a black guy who was like bashing all these like
Mm-hmm.
words there. He was like talking
Mhm.
about cosplays. So funny enough, the guy who he like definitely roasted on actually met him. He was actually pretty nice. He was a cool guy. But the guy, the live streamer though, like for things like that, they gave him like a free badge. The free badge, obviously, because he was a content creator, and obviously because he obviously owned something. So, because I guess he was a Twitch streamer or a Kick streamer, that they kind of was like, hey, we'll give you a free badge, and you can like my content and definitely like promote our events. Which is like, yeah, makes sense. But little things like that, it's just like I don't think they even got any like specialized treatment at all. I feel like they barely got anything to give from that. But if so, if they did, what does that mean for VIP holders? Are we expendable, or just money wise? Because that also has something to do with like with VIP badge. You still gotta buy the after show too.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Why is
So
that?
when you buy the VIP badge, you should get that shit for free.
And yeah,
Well,
incentive.
included.
Yeah,
Yeah.
incentive.
But yeah, I just like I said, everybody have their own different experiences going to DreamCon. You know, it is what it is. I'm just hearing what other people be saying and stuff like that. But I heard you about to talk about something about harassment going on at DreamCon as well.
Yeah. Okay, so there were like so when I was there with my girlfriend and we were there, she had a friend that went to DreamCon as well too. We didn't get a chance to see them because it was like 30K people in this one convention, so there's a lot going on here. But there was a story of how she was harassed at DreamCon, and somebody was filling up on her caboose, and not I don't know if she was in cosplay or not, but this was like one of like the after party sessions. That person did get blown up, and they did like put him out there on the internet, and they exposed him.
Ah,
But
I know what you're talking
the
about.
thing was, though, I was also waiting to hear about some stories about, hey, is this person's story going to get told by the people who ran the event, RDC? And there was also just like a few other things too that happened that also had women thing, because they even had a whole sign that says cosplay is not consent. That was a sign they had there at DreamCon. Cosplay is not consent. So when I saw that, I was like, that's a bit disturbing, but I'm glad you're gonna put that message out there for safety reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Love that. But when I heard about that story and everybody was talking about it, it got started after the event was over. RDC did not go live for about a week after DreamCon. So when they went live, they're playing games, never talked about the situation. Never talked about it.
Wow. Oh my
Twitter,
fucking god.
not on Twitch, on YouTube. And it was about maybe 2 weeks after their DAO announcing that where DreamCon is going to be 2025. And that was it. So to me, seeing that was like, this is all a money monopoly to y'all. This is what the shit is.
Yeah, pretty much. They just want
What
money.
does that mean for fans? Because like that person probably doesn't want their story to be like out there, but I feel like you should at least put out a message statement to just like really speak about things like that that may have happened. Because DreamCon's not, I'm not gonna say it's not big, but it's growing because
Mhm.
they went from like thousands, 2K, 3K, and of course 10K plus. You're growing. So if you're gonna be growing, and obviously you're being like marketed, because man, Dan Clancy was there too. Mr. Twitch CEO was there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotta think about that. Little things like that, even if they weren't big, it's like if a company like that is representing your event, you're being represented by Twitch and YouTube, goddamn Cash App. Come on, bro. I
Yeah.
need you to like hold some responsibility. So it's like little things like this, they'll come back and like destroy y'all later because it did happen it makes me think, do y'all give a fuck? And then again, there's always going to be an upper epsilon big that probably will shut down this message and definitely will shut down my voice for saying that. But nah, take accountability.
Exactly.
Keep it buck.
And
Because
not
who's
to
y'all in the
mention,
situation? Y'all want to have somebody ride down for you? Keep it a buck.
and
Sorry.
not to mention them not speaking on it. What does that tell people who, are coming there with malicious intent? Because there are people that will go to events and shit like that where there's a big population and think they can do slick shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So it's like you not addressing it doesn't make it any better. At least say something
Exactly.
and let people know that that's not okay. That's not the point of the event.
Yep.
But they just want money. That's it. They ain't trying to get into that type of shit. They're just trying to
Of
get
course
away
they
from
not.
it.
Because they're afraid of getting canceled and shit and losing their sponsorships and all that. They're afraid of the backlash that's going to come with it for doing the right shit.
Exactly. Like you said, Twitch was there. Other popular brands was there. They ain't trying to fuck that up.
They're not, but still, you
You
got to
got
at
to
least
hold somebody accountable. Correct.
Yeah,
That's
but
why.
stuff like this it's only going to increase and it's going to backfire twice as bad because they didn't settle it the first time.
Nope. And I don't know what happened in
So
the previous years, so I can only imagine what could have happened if nothing did happen. Thank God. But if something did happen and it's the same situation again, big oof, because we are now in the age of TikTok. The TikTok is very powerful and it can get very scary
Mm-hmm.
real
because
quick.
this ain't like Twitter where you can just dig up some old relics. Damn, you remember this one? It was like, no, TikTok is like
They
this
got like,
circulates
yeah.
fast. Is bad. So you gotta be really careful what you do. So even then, even if we didn't have social media, but again, the word still gets around, people talk,
Mm-hmm.
cool. And it's crazy because after just having that experience with like DreamCon, like I said, not every individual was an ass. There were great people too. I definitely am glad I met them for who they were. But like I said, flight going in, flight going home at Texas, lovely folks, awesome. But um, I gotta say, if I'm hearing that Twitch for people who are actually aspiring content creators or people who are just like just fans of Twitch itself, that's kind of sucks. It's like, damn, a space that's for everyone is that more better and gives me more than a place that's only where it's supposed for Black people. I'm supposed to take that. I don't know how I would take that. So TwitchCon, sorry, not TwitchCon. DreamCon is definitely open for anybody, but if we're going off of like the majority pool of people who are there, it's definitely a lot for Black people. But
Mm-hmm.
anyone can join it. But my point is just like, hey, this is by us, for us. Y'all need to do better. Keep it
Exactly.
honest.
Better
Do
yet
better.
for us being authentically us, okay?
Yeah.
Let me see. I got another question to ask you. This is gonna be a fun question to ask though. All right.
Okay.
So if you was in a zombie apocalypse, right? If you was in a
Mhm.
zombie apocalypse, which three streamers would you want on your team?
3 streamers, right? I bet. Zombie apocalypse. We in day 0 or we like in like day like 2K? Like what we in?
Day zero. You
Day
started off.
0. All right, damn. Okay. Hmm. Okay. I'm definitely going to need some military experience at least, but I don't know extremely got military experience. I feel like for someone with like the athleticism, I'm gonna take Duke
Mhm.
Dennis. I'm gonna get his athleticism just to like make the traversal a little bit more easier. For someone I feel like who good with guns, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like Charlie is good with some blicks. Definitely I think Charlie's good. Charlie's good with guns. I just got that feeling, like man, I need like a third individual. Give me. I feel like we need like comedic relief, like sometimes during like give me Christology. Give me Christology. Christology, she's cool. I like her vibe.
Hmm.
Yeah, she's from like well, I'm not gonna say she is from Easy Gang, but she definitely hangs out with them. But I like Christology. She's cool. She's cool.
Of all the streamers that you mentioned, those three, I only know one of them, which is Duke.
Well,
Other two, I don't. I don't really follow like big time streamers like that. But
I would say
who's your three? and I respect that.
Hey man,
I respect that. I just, personally, I just know I don't know the last two you mentioned, but the first one you did, Duke Dennis, I know he's part of AMF, right? With Kai's people.
AMP, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I know. That's how I know. So before we end this podcast, I do want to ask one more question.
But
If you could give one piece of advice to an aspiring streamer slash content creator, what would that be?
um, so like I said, for just as like honest stuff, I feel like my startup and all this definitely was a weird startup and patch. Like I said, I really wasn't supposed to be here yet. I was supposed to come and do this at some point later and with a more established just setup. Definitely like a more build, like an expressive background, just kind of like, tells you a little bit more about me personality wise. It didn't happen like that. So let's just play the cards and dealt with. Let's just see what that goes with. Because I feel like me doing this is also inspirational enough coming from like the bottom. Because I don't think I know this. This is a MacBook. This is a goddamn MacBook. This ain't no PC. This is not no HP, Windows, goddamn MacBook. So I came from like the gutter with this, and MacBooks can't play games for shit. They're horrible. But hey, they're good for school though. But but I feel that in a time where I definitely just got disposed by a community that was actually for Black people and definitely kind of just got thrown out, it kind of made me feel a little bit, unwanted and unwelcome in like certain places. I felt like I didn't know anything about Twitch experience whatsoever. I just knew there were streamers. I just knew that how they did things that kept the audience and definitely like their demeanors. I didn't know anything about like the nitty gritty of it. So knowing that, it kind of made me feel that I did not want to be a part of streaming the way how if it's like this. Even people who are small, not big, and one of those people actually were a partner. So, like I said, that kind of made me have very bad feelings about what to expect from Twitch if I ever were to go to that level or height, now wherever this takes me. But I can say this though, I think my ambition is what definitely took me to the level of saying, yeah, I want to take this further, knowing the fact that I definitely wanted to do this myself at some point, but I feel like I want to tell a story about my experience about going about everything because I never think it was going to be perfect. And it was going to be like peace. I wasn't expected a handout. I think I just wanted to know was what does it mean to be a Twitch streamer? I don't think I knew what that was. I think that's a question I want to ask myself. And I think it to me, I could say the answer is someone who strives to bring entertainment and joy to people's hearts. And I think that's how I really look at Twitch. Because at that point, Twitch is utilized in different ways, creative, definitely thoughtful, innovative, and structured ways that definitely build communities. The fact was, as someone who was an individual who was casted out from like even someone who had a bigger following and so forth, or just in their own space, I feel that I wanted to make a home, or at least establish a home or community with other people who are like minded, who actually enjoy the things that they love, without feeling like they have to bootlick, feel like they have to pay to win, but feeling like they have to just be under like just some form of like background just to really just be acknowledged. And I didn't want that to be the case. So I can say this. If you have something you're passionate about, specific wise, whether if you're a Warzone player, a Call of Duty player, go for it, strive. You always will find at least a decent Call of Duty player out there. Just a matter of, not everybody's going to be your friend, but just take that with a grain of salt. If you're someone who definitely likes horror fanatics, boom, I'm pretty sure there's always Scream Kings and Queens everywhere. There's always something. There's always something out there. Even for fighting games, even I know this shit gets super toxic. I know that. But I still love the idea of fighting games because the competitive aspect of it is one thing, but the game itself also makes memories. That's why I'm happy that they re-released Marvel's Capcom Collection because this is like a whole era of people who love this franchise. And God forbid, I didn't think we're ever gonna get this in 2024. So hey, we eating good. Just saying. Like what's Sparking Zero? Shit, you know how many Dragon Ball fans about to shit about to be stupid. It's insane. But if you're passionate about a project, even if it's not even a game, if you have a talent and you just want to express that, or even a skill, Twitch definitely has the platform for you to do it. Thing is, you just gotta really find the people who like what you do, and then when you do on social media, please do, because I realized after using TikTok for only like 3 weeks, kind of been growing a little bit with that. I'm like, damn, I hate how TikTok works in this modern society, but I ain't gonna cap. It kind of worked on me a little bit. I was like, hey, I guess it's all about how you use TikTok, which is like, again, you utilize social media, so can't hate on it. But it's really just about putting yourself out there. Really is going to be a little tough. And even people who are introverted, I'm ambiverted. I like my social time. I don't like social time. I like being in and out of places. So really kind of like have that self-reflective talk. You always will have that one supportive friend who's there for you. Sometimes you don't. I didn't have that person.
Mm-hmm.
Like in terms of my actual family and for friends, no, I came out this shit like solo dolo. I wound up losing someone out of doing this, and that was okay because I felt like I wanted to put my own happiness first for a while because I felt like for some years I really wasn't putting myself in a spotlight where I felt happy or content with where I wanted to be in life going forward, and have like taking the risk of doing something that I felt like this shit about to be stupid, and I think I might make a great mistake. But that what my pessimistic intentions was, I didn't think I could do it because I didn't have faith. No one had faith in me that I could do it. So because of that, I had to refine myself. Shit, man, went south, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the proof a point. But I did the proof a point also because it was something I've wanted to do for a while. So my ambition for doing that is what kind of made me keep going forward, just to prove a point, but also find other people to share this story that shit gonna get rough, but you're gonna find a home. You just gotta let the world know who you are. It's gonna be scary, but you can do it.
Those some good advices, man. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Man,
That. Thank you. Thank
you definitely need a podcast. Let me tell you right now, because
you.
you got it. Whole time I'm just sitting there, like,
This is
that's all you taking notes.
And this is your first time being on a podcast, correct?
Yeah, first time. Never been on a podcast. No.
Well, I'm glad that we are your first one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Feels nice to make some history with folks.
Yes,
That's what
Lord.
it's all about.
Yes, Lord. Well, Neem, appreciate you stopping by, showing your love as always, and I hope you have a wonderful day, man.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right. Peace.